Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene says the federal government should ban all abortion because forcing women to carry an unwanted fetus will make them better people in the long run. Take a look.
And if we really care about women, like we say we do, then we should be telling women that the best thing they can ever do in their whole life is to be a mother. Being a mother is the greatest thing I have ever done in my whole life. No matter what I do my entire life, I will never do anything greater than being a mother. It is a true gift. Whether a pregnancy is planned, whether the baby is born perfectly healthy or not, being a mother is life-changing, life-altering, and makes women better people.
No, it actually doesn't. Case in point, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's a mother and is also an awful person. So, look, opinions on motherhood aside, which, again, 100% should be your choice. That's why we are literally pro-choice. She is basically saying that, oh no, I believe that daddy government should be in control of your body because it will make you a better person to have to raise a kid for the next 18 years. Oh, Bill's character. That's why you should be forced to do, though. If you get pregnant, you should be forced to it. What about the people who aren't fit to be parents? What about people who don't want to be parents? Should they not have the choice to not become parents? Well, in Marjorie Taylor Greene's world, they wouldn't have the choice. They would be forced to it. And again, says nothing about rape or incest, which by definition is not a choice, and not something a woman should have to live with for the rest of her life. And by the way, who is she to tell women what the best thing in their lives should be? Oh yeah, I think the best thing in our lives is to raise children. Well, that's like your opinion, man. And that's fine. If you hold that opinion, good for you. You shouldn't be forcing that opinion on other people. And that's the issue, right? And if you've made that decision yourself, great, wonderful. I'm happy for you. I know a lot of people who love being a parent and do believe that it's the best thing that they've ever done, or one of the best things they've ever done. No problem with that. That's totally, totally fine. Great. And of course, I know some parents who don't exactly love it, but of course love their children, and understand that this is not an easy job. This is not a job that you need to foist on people who don't want that job. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who are you to tell someone else what they should be doing with their lives and their bodies? And by the way, if you're one of those anti-vaxxers that's like, ha ha, oh, hypocritical left. Oh, first of all, nonsense. Your arguments are stupid. It's not the same. Nobody is forced, as I said, to get a vaccine. I'm not in favor of forcing people to get a vaccine. And understand that pregnancies are not the same as viruses. They're not contagious like viruses. And by the way, if you're going to make a comparison between this and being anti-vax, my body, my choice, right? Are you actually saying that babies are viruses? Are you making that comparison? Because that's weird. That's very strange. I'm not making that comparison. You're making that comparison. So my body, my choice doesn't really make sense. Doesn't really apply here. Because again, when it comes to viruses, it's not just your body being affected like it is up to a certain stage in pregnancy. And that stage, of course, is viability. Viability is a factor. Now, after it is viable and can survive unassisted outside the womb, then it is considered an independent life. So meaning we already have limits on when a pregnancy can be aborted, when it can be terminated. So, and that limit, of course, is viability. So now, don't try that shit, that argument. You're going to look stupid. You're going to look like Marjorie Taylor Greene. Do you want to look like Marjorie Taylor Greene? I don't think so. I don't think so. But there's more to it. So now, she's going to come back and say even more lies about what happens to you if you get an abortion. Oh.
And these abortions, like you just mentioned, these are actually things that can scar your body. They hurt you internally. And they not only that, they scar your soul. And women have to live with this. We should care for women, love for women, and teach them, how to care for themselves. And that would be being proud to be a mom.
So how does caring for someone 18 plus years equate to caring for yourself? I mean, that's parenthood. You give up your entire life to take care of another person. And again, I'm not saying that as a bad thing or a good thing. I'm saying that as a statement of fact. To be a parent means that your life changes dramatically because now you have this other person to raise and to teach well and to take care of and all that stuff and all the good and bad that goes along with it, right? So it's a very interesting statement that she makes about this. But let me ask, okay? So now you think about this, right? And you think about where that framing comes from. And you realize that she and conservatives really see women only as breeding stock. First and foremost, anything else that they are, and she said it herself, being a mom is number one. That's a very top thing. It's the very best thing that you could ever do in your life is to become a mother. That's the biggest goal that they think that you should have. Not to become successful at your career, run a business, own a business, lead a political movement, make scientific discoveries, all of which, of course, you could do that and be a parent as well. It's just very difficult to do so, especially in this world, in this country where we don't have paid leave for families, where we don't have, affordable childcare for people, where we have insane educational costs, and on all these different factors that actually make this country very hostile to raising children, ironically. In fact, if they actually made our welfare state a little bit more generous, there would be less need or reasons for having abortion. But anyway, no, but again, going back to their ideology, no, they believe that women only have a specific purpose, and that's for breeding babies. Of course, that's part of why they are so anti-trans and anti-gay as well. Because for them, well, if you can't breed babies, then we don't consider you women. We don't consider you. And by the way, does that extend to women who are unfortunately are unable to conceive of children due to medical issues? Are they not women considered to you? That's the question. Like, what defines a woman? Obviously, making babies for them, right? And there are people out there who can't. And it's the dehumanization. Dehumanization, okay? But again, for them, that's your worth. Literally saying the best thing, the only thing, the best, greatest thing that you could ever do is be a mom. And I think that diminishes every other accomplishment in a woman's life. But all they do is they see you as a woman as a walking womb. So it's an incredibly terrible misogynistic standard. And by the way, going back to, again, some of the things that she had said that were absolute lies. Well, we should ban abortion because it scars your soul. Well, I'm pretty sure that would be not a good argument in court for the constitutionality of an abortion ban. Scars your soul. That's why we should ban it. Yeah, no, because we're not based on the Bible. We're not based on religion. You have a separation of church and state. And what you're calling for is clearly unconstitutional. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.